Hey guys, what's up? So today let's talk about hypersexuality. Yes, it's very real. It's very much a thing that happens with bipolar people like myself. So it's been a minute since I've done story time. So we'll just see how this goes. I think my last story time we were talking about my depression. I had recently got out of a relationship, and yeah, I don't know. That just doing that kind of set me off into a mania. Pretty sure. Um, and this one was very hypersexual. It was extremely hypersexual. I think people are like, okay, well, like hypersexuality, like, what the fuck, you know? Like, I feel like that's the general feeling about it when, like, bipolar person brings it up. It's like, oh, okay, we're all horny. What makes your horniness so special? I'll go into what makes our horniness so special. And again, this is not everybody, okay? This is my personal experience, but I would like to say that if I wasn't manic, I would not be this way. And I would not be as horny and sexually liberated, enlightened, or even I don't know, I don't know what the word would be, but very much sexually in tune. It's like, you know, but anyway, okay, so before this hypersexual experience, I had only had heterosexual encounters. Me being a man, the person that I'm having those encounters with being a female. But during, and you know, it was like there were some kinky things here and there that like I've tried or whatever. But you know, most of it was pretty vanilla, I'm gonna say. But this time after I had just broken up with my girlfriend and started, you know, I just wanted to have sex with everybody and everything in every way. Um, and this included guys, girls, the whole bunch, in every kind of way. Like I'd never considered guys before this, or I never really was even kind of like a one night stand person. I mean, I don't know, but I had, you know, it was everything was on the table. Any kind of sexual thing that we could do, I was down for it. So, you know, and it even got beyond that. So I even like there was this. I began to see, because okay, not only was I hypersexual, but I was manic as well. You know, so I'm very delusional, psychotic. So you mix hypersexuality with psychosis and you get some very weird results. One of them being I was able to, or I was convinced that everything around me was consciousness. And not only that, but everything around me was alive and had a personality. And so if I could put a personality to it, I could be sexually attracted to it, even if it was a fucking lamp. No bullshit. So, I don't know if you've ever seen that fucking video. I don't know who does it. Hold up, let me see. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that, like, My Strange Addiction video, with the guy with My Sex with My Car. TLC did it, I think. But, yeah, no, I could kind of, like, I get where his head's at, I think. You know, I wasn't monogamous at all. I think that's where we differ. And it's definitely a thing I grew out of. Yeah, no. And if this is too weird for you to be funny, then you're clearly not my demographic. Yeah, it's insanity, folks. Lighten up. But, yeah, no, so I was able, or I was in that realm of shit. So, basically, what I'm saying is this is not normal sexuality, okay? This, it's not, and not only is it not normal sexuality, The problem is it's not my normal sexuality. That's what is different about hypersexuality. Things that you would normally never do or never consider while you're hypersexual and manic, you will totally consider and you'll totally do. And that's why it's so crazy. I don't think I know a single bipolar person that I've ever met that does not consider themselves a little bisexual. And if they don't consider themselves that, then they've most most of them have had a bi-curious experience or a gay encounter, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So that is what it is. Bipolar, bisexual. It's kind of shit, you know, because it just happens that way. So, yeah, that's basically how hypersexuality works. You get very risky. You don't really give a fuck about condoms or birth control at all. You know, I don't know. This is me. but you just fucking, it's all balls to the wall. Yeah, no, once there was a girl I was having sex with, and we had sex to the fucking This Is Halloween. We watched the Nightmare Before Christmas, and This Is Halloween was playing, and we fucked to that. So I don't think I would be into that if I wasn't manic, but you know, you can get there. So, but it was just, you know, very sexual. Watched so much porn. Any fetish, anything that you could possibly watch. Totally watched it. Yeah, that's just kind of how that went. But, okay, so that's hypersexuality, in a nutshell, and that's basically what I was going through. So that's, like, the overarching thing. I mean, I probably had, like a body count of, like, 3 or 4, and by the end of it, it was, like, 16, you know, like, 15, 16, something like that. In, like, one summer. So, I don't know, that's maybe not impressive to a lot of people, but it was a lot for me. I mean, that's literally more than, like, 2/3 of my whole sexual history, at least body, you know, count within a summer. So it's like, you know, and I've gotten hypersexual since then, and you know, and usually I pick up at least one more fetish every hypersexual episode. I pick up at least one more fetish, one more thing, you know, just adding it to my arsenal of shit that I'm into, so that anybody who gets involved with me has a whole notebook of things to choose from, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, besides that, and that's the main crux of this video, so I don't know, leave a comment down below if, you know, how your hypersexual experiences are, like what it is like for you and all that jazz. You know, this is a safe place. Sexuality is not as... Your sexuality is not as taboo as you think, I guarantee you. So, go for it. I'm gonna tie this into how I get to my next mental hospital experience, because it's the same manic episode, and while I'm fucking and doing all this shit and whatever, I'm also being weird in other ways. So, basically, this is the time when I was at community college in my hometown, and I had a group, while this is going on, this is the first time I had a group of, like, SJW-ish, like, oppressed LGBT friends. Like that's all they like that's what it was. Like my group of friends that I was like, "Oh, I want to try this. I want to be friends with these people. These people seem cool." It was just like you were either gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, all of that. And so me just being me, they were like, "What the fuck? Why is he here?" Like he's just a white dude. Why is he here? Very soon they realized how weird I was. I mean, it's not that it was weird, but they, I was allowed to be in their group in a little bit. There was one moment where I like really screamed. I like really yelled at this woman. She's great, but she was just like, you know, I was just like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being able to piss in public. Like, what the fuck? It's just a dick. Like, I don't give a shit. You can pee in public. Who gives a fuck? Why are we like, being trained? Like, why is this a big deal? And then this girl was like, I like, what if like, I don't want to fucking. What if I squatted over, like, fucking... I was like, I don't fucking care. Go squat over that fucking trash can right now. I don't give a shit. It was really funny at the time because she didn't expect me to say that. And then they all laughed and they were like, that's what he brings to the table, I guess. I don't know. I probably want to put this in the video because it's not as funny as it was back then. But it was fun. It was cool. Anyway, point is... yeah, no, I had a lot of big ideas. As you can see, I had a lot of big, groundbreaking ideas, like being able to piss in public. Anyway, so, but besides that, I had this friend, and we talked, and she was older, and she was very, very cool, and she liked me as a friend, and I liked her as a friend. And we were talking one day, and like I said, I'm all this hypersexual stuff, but there was more to it, and maybe I should put another video if I can think. Maybe I'm gonna put the groundwork for how my story goes, and then if I want like to add little bloopers or things I remember, like little random stories that happened while I was manic, maybe one day I'll make like a little, like here's like random story times. Like I don't know, like one time I don't know, killed a bee and like ate it in front of everybody, and so like I don't know, that's weird, but like that doesn't really fit in like the context of everything, and I don't know when it happened even really, but I mean there's just like fucking some shit. So anyway, it's insanity, folks. Lighten up. I think that's my thing now. I think. Anyway, so this is where I really developed this idea. I don't know. I had this idea of, everything needing to be experienced. Everything, in a singularity. I had this idea of, like, God and, the devil, like living a dual path. Like you need to be both equally evil and equally holy, and understand both to really bring balance to the force. No, but to life. Like I thought like if one person was able to like be outside of the boundaries of like what everybody else has done on both the bad and the good side, then like nobody could really, all things could be placed on that one singularity, and everybody else could kind of just be free to act however they want. I mean, it was like the end of the struggle of morality in my head. And I don't know, back then I was like, dude, I could totally fucking, yes, I have to do that. I dedicate everything to this mission, no matter how fucking crazy it is. But I tried to explain this to somebody, and she was talking like, yeah, like that's Nirvana or Brahmin or some shit, and she kept on talking. And I was like, no, but you're not understanding. Like, I'm not trying to get there. I'm trying to like make that and escape it entirely and be like on a different plane. Like I want to leave that for everybody else without them having to work for it. And I want to be the ultimate martyr, I guess. Like, I know I'm one up in you, Jesus. Like, no, but like that's what I thought. That's what I thought for real. I was like, I gotta fucking. He did that, but we can do better. Anyway, so she was like, I want to call it sock theory. So I actually like that. I was like, oh, okay, because you're making everything in a little sock. But anyway, so that was fine. But, well, so I'm doing all this, and I think I just wanted to put that in there because this is when it happened. Maybe I should do, like, a weird video on, like, it at some point, like, actually trying to explain, like, what my thought process is on that is. I wanted to write a book anyway. This is getting very tangenty. But, eventually, things were feeling, I don't know, like, at this point, I was, like, really into, like, oh, like, if you ever ask me a question, you have to pay me money. Like, I was like, this is what I'm gonna, like, capitalize on. I'm gonna be, like, a fucking, the world's best American philosopher. I don't know. I was gonna start from the ground up and just be like, look, if you ask me a question, you fucking gotta give me fucking money, dude. But then what ended up happening is nobody talked to me. So I was like, fuck, it's not gonna work. I don't know, maybe if I kept going, eventually. I don't know, this janitor was like, hey, do you know where such and such went? Or something. I was like, you gotta pay me money. I was like, you gotta pay me money, to do that. That's my new thing. Anyway. But, that's what I wanted to do, like, because I was like, I have shit that people should... But anyway, one person eventually was like, yo, I want to actually talk to you, so, like, I was like, so what can I do? It was like, buy me sushi. Just buy me sushi. So she bought me sushi, and then, like, I tried to help her, and I did all these things. It was really weird. Like, you're getting advice from somebody who's, like, manic and insane. So, like, I think it helped her. I don't know, but I also was like, I told her all this shit, and then afterwards I was like, now I want you to completely forget everything I just said. And you know what? I think it made her life better, but I don't know. So I can't tell. But anyway, so what ended up happening was, eventually I was like, it was rainy, and I just like put my windows, like car doors up, like, I don't know, I was like, needed attention real bad. And I just put like my car doors open, and I was blasting music, and it was rainy, and I don't know, I think I was gonna pull a fire alarm, but my friend called the cops, I'm pretty sure, because she was worried about me. My friend at the time, who I'm dating at this point, pretty sure she called the cops, but I also wanted to go to the mental hospital, and then I got taken to the mental hospital. So I'm gonna try and like make this, I'm gonna cut a lot of this out and just be mostly about hypersexuality. Fuck, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, that's my video about it. Yeah, I ended up going to the mental hospital, which I'm really excited to talk to you about that too. Like, that's gonna be good. And there's some fun stories in there. Anyway, point is, I love all of you people, bipolar, skits, neurotypicals, and all the like. I love everybody. And I hope you enjoy my video, and whatever you do, just don't kill yourself, because it can always get better. So, peace, dudes.